15.1 Need for a structure. Actually, we create programs, we write programs for the purpose of storing data, accessing data, manipulating data, displaying data. For this purpose, initially, we create variables. Variables means these are primitive type or primary type or built-in type. These are called with many names. The primary data type. Then primary type variable is and float temperature. Okay. Now initially we stored values in the variables of integer type, floating point type, char type, double type, long type. These are called built-in type because these are part of the language. What is the basic limitation of these variables? Always we can store only one value. Age is equal to 10. Then subsequently, if you give any other value like 11, 10 is replaced by 11. Every time we can store only one value. We cannot store multiple values. Whenever you want to store a multiple value, if those are fewer, what we have to do? Age 1, age 2, age 3. For fewer values, it's okay. But whenever in the real-time environment, we have to store a huge, large number of data. When we have to store large number of data, the ordinary variable is not suitable. Then we have to think of a data structure and multiple data items we have to store in that. We should be in a position to retrieve it, manipulate it, and display that. All the operations, whatever we can perform on an ordinary variable, with the same ease, we have to perform on the data structure also. So, here for this purpose, on the C developers develop an array. Array is like this. This is just extension of a variable, a primary data type. That's why it is called secondary data type. Up to age is the same only. Here 100 students are there or 100 persons are there. That's why 100 in a square brackets is written. Then one block of memory is created with the 200 bytes, 100 into 2, and the entire block is called age. This already we learned. This is array. We are able to overcome the limitations created by an ordinary variable. The array can store a set of values and we can access them by using index. A simple way of simple data structure, and we can randomly access whatever element we want simply by using index. Now, this is an array of 365 days temperature. This is a floating point array. In this way, we extended the primary data type and created, derived or secondary data type. Those are array strings, etc. But here we are facing a limitation. What is the limitation? Age 100. All 100 values we should be integer values only. If you want to store, because of any particular reason, a floating point value, you cannot store. Just for example, I tell you, there are 100 students. Actually, cutoff age for admission in PU, let us say, the minimum age 15.5. 15.5. Some candidate is having exactly 15.5. Then, if you want to store his age, it is not possible. You can store either 15 or 16. Here, if you store 15, then he is not eligible. You cannot make his age 16. That is a wrong statement. That's why, if you want to store it, what should you do? You have to convert this into float. If you convert into float, then 100 into 2, 200 bytes, should be increased to 100 into 4, 400 bytes. So, by this you can understand that in integer type array, only integer type values we can store. Floating point array, only floating point values we have to store. Suppose, here also you see, if you store 33 is an integer, then automatically it is stored in 4 bytes and it is converted as 32 3.0. So this is the limitation. That means in these containers, in these data structures, you can store only one type of particular type of value. Integer type array, only integer type values. Floating point type array, only floating point type values you can store. It's a big limitation. Actually, what type of thing we require? We should not think of container. Like you carry a container to the market, whatever you want, everything. You don't think of limitations of the container. All things should be placed in that and you have to carry it. You may purchase vegetables, you may purchase provisions, you may purchase cosmetics, you may purchase stationery. Anything you should put in the container to bring it. That type of container we require, data container. So those are called data structures. Data structure. So that type of data structure is was provided by the C developers, that is called structure. It is represented by the keyword struct. Struct. Structure is a user-defined data type. User-defined data type. User, according to his requirement, whatever data items he want to put in this container, you should be in a position to put. There should not be any limitation like arrays or individual variables. So that type of container is structure. It is represented by struct. In this context, I have to explain one point. You are confused with the data type and data structure. Actually, these are containers only. Data type is like your shirt pocket, and data type is like your shirt pocket. Data structure is like your college bag or a big container. Understand? Here, data type, actually suppose this is age variable. Age variable, simply one value is stored. By simply using that name, you can retrieve it and manipulate it and again store it. Not the problem. Why it is called a data structure differently is a big container. Big container means simply storing is not enough. Here simply storing and retrieving, that is enough. Here in an organized manner you have to store it. In a data structure, data items are stored in an organized manner. Whatever data item you want, you must be in a position to access it and retrieve it and manipulate it and store it. That type of thing, data structure, provides such type of facilities. It is also a data type. Why we are calling it a data structure? It provides some additional facilities. It stores multiple data items and it is enabling us to access randomly whatever item we require and all that, retrieve it, manipulate it and store it. That is the difference between data type and data structure. You understand that. Now, here structure is a user-defined data type, or you call it as if I call it a data structure or data type, you take it in a synonymous manner. Just one example I give you, then you can understand it better. Biodata. Biodata is the data structure that is represented by struct. Now you see, this is the declaration. Declaration of biodata data structure. Biodata means, is it a singular item or plural item? One thing you remember, biodata is not or. You always use biodata is, that's why it is singular. But it is a single unit. It is a container. It consists of many. Now you see, you put your name, you put your age, you put your height, you put your you put your date of birth, you put your address, you put your marks report, etc. And all these are belong to different types, but you don't think of their type. In order to represent your biodata, whatever data items are required, all that freely put in this. That is the data structure. It is user-defined. User-defined data structure is struct. In this chapter, mainly we focus on declaration, creation of structures, and all the allied elements.